Good morning. It's Friday, 10th October 2025. Welcome to another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. This is Vijay here, taking you through what happened yesterday and what is likely to happen today. So yesterday, the markets and a lot of market were hit by what I call the silver bullet. The silver bullet killed a lot of speculators yesterday because globally, silver in dollar terms created an all-time high at 51 and odd dollars, which surpassed the 1980 peak as well as the 2011 peak. And then there was enormous amount of selling, which brought it down to by about $3, somewhere close to 48, 47 and odd. And then it has now bounced back to be trading around 49. Now, India also suffered this silver bullet because the ETFs in India, because that's the only way one can buy silver. There is really no company which makes only silver. Though Hindustan Zinc, 20% of the turnover is contributed by silver, but it's not really a silver company in that definition. So you had people piling onto ETFs in the morning. This happened because overnight, the dealers, the jewelers stopped taking fresh orders because there was no silver available physically. This was not limited only to India. Globally, this was the problem. And this is a problem which we have seen it coming for quite some time. I've mentioned it here quite some times in the past on my Telegram channel, here in the video, as well as on WhatsApp and in spaces, that the central bankers are buying gold and now they start buying silver. Silver is a very small market and you can easily take up the prices. In 1980, Hunt Brothers did that. They cornered the silver market and they took it up from somewhere five to $10 to around $50. So similar thing is happening now, but that time it was a cornering by two people. Now it is not so. It is the sovereigns, that is the countries, are accumulating silver as the reserves. And sometime it expected that US will put it under critical mineral list, which means it will become much more stronger. More stronger buyers will come. However, what happened yesterday was after the market, there were a lot of chaos and confusion among market participants. So much so, Kotak MD came and he has now said that they will not open for bulk deals in their silver ETF, a fund of funds. And that created more panic in the evening. And people thought people have been ripped apart and all that. Now, what people have missed is he said that only in their fund of funds they will not accept, bulk inflows. The SIPs will continue and regular inflows will continue, and they have suspended the bulk inflow for certain time. And he has given some logic, which he says the premium between Indian silver, the premium between US price and Indian price was about 2%, and now yesterday it went up to about 5.7%. So there is this premium will not last, and therefore they would not like to, continue that scheme or at least suspend that scheme for time being. I really don't understand this logic because you see, yesterday there was a spike in silver ETFs, clear, but that spike got cleared off in the first half an hour to 1 hour. Now these spikes happen in stocks all the time. It happens even in the indices. When we heard of Jane Street, the movements, the spikes happen up and down. So I do not know why there has to be so much hullabaloo made on this spike in silver. It went up maybe 7%, 10%, but it has now come back. So I was just looking at what is Kotak, volume of Kotak ETF. It trades around 4.5 million shares. Kotak ETF trades 4.5 million shares. SBI trades around same level, 4.7. UTI also in the same category of 5.8. HDFC is in double digit, which is about yesterday's numbers I'm talking about, 12. DSP, good fund, but trading less than 2 million shares yesterday. Mirae Asset Management, same thing. Zerodha, which is very active, yesterday traded about 31 million shares. The big daddy is Nippon India, the gold and silver bees and Nifty bees and bank bees they do. In silver bees yesterday, they did 123 million. So compare 123 million with Kotak's 4.54 million, and Kotak has got scared. And they are not got scared in the ETF. They are saying in the fund of this one, they will stop any further bulk inflows. So Nippon India is the big daddy of them all, 123 million. There is 1 crore, what is that, 12 crores. Whereas these guys are sitting at 4.454 million. That is hardly 1/30th actually. And these guys are making all the noise. This is simply noise to, I think people are not thinking logically. And the premiums can do change based on local factors. So, for instance, today in China, silver is trading at $59 equivalent, whereas in US it is trading at $49. So, what will the market is? So we cannot say that China is trading $59, so we will also trade $60, or we will be US is trading at 49, so we will trade at 39. Every country has got its own ecosystem. We have to trade within that. Sometimes there are spikes, which common it is not even rare. There are spikes. So yesterday there was a spike and everybody panicked, and everybody is having an opinion on that, a very strong opinion on that, as if some market manipulation is going on. If this is market manipulation, then God help us. Then you do not know what the market is. Every day you'll see a 5, 7, 10% spike up and down in so many stocks. Anyway, we are silver bulls, we are gold bulls, we are metal bulls. Incidentally, the metal index quietly made an all-time high. That is the only index now trading at an all-time high. So we have been vindicated till now, thank God. And we continue to be bullish on metals, not only precious, both basic as well as precious metals. This metal index, which has made an all-time high yesterday, does not consist of any gold and silver. It's only purely base metals like this Tata Steel, JSW Steel, Hindustan Zinc, Hindustan Copper, Nalco, Hindalco, and so on and so forth, SAIL, NMDC. So we are bullish on metal stocks, independent of what the people here are talking about or panicking about, because the price is telling us that globally metals stocks are going up, including precious metals. So we should be in the train which is moving. So market ended higher, led by IT yesterday, because people expected something big from TCS. In some way, TCS did not disappoint them, but a little later on that, it went close to 25,200, which is a bugbear for all the bulls. They're not able to cross it. Will they do it today, or will they do it next week? We have to see, because a lot of good things happened overnight for India where they can cross 25,200. But market breadth was not so great. Advances beat declines by very few points, though both Nifty and Bank Nifty closed with triple-digit gains. So Sensex also went close to 400 points. Nifty Bank went to 174 points. And metals, as I said, were the big winners. Pharma also saw a relief rally because generic drugs were now off Trump's tariff list, which I mentioned yesterday. So they did well. Capital market shares surged because the person who's responsible for trying to remove the weekly settlement is no longer there with SEBI. Mr. Anant Nageshwaran retired yesterday. So people believe that weekly settlements are here to stay. So BSE will get benefited, and therefore capital markets also will get benefited. Prestige Estates, which we pointed out early yesterday, also did well. Hindustan Copper moved about 6% based on positive development with respect to Glencore. Info Edge did not come with great results, so it fell 2%. Airline stocks saw big buying. Really, not very great reason, but that's what happened. FIS India is very interesting. FIS continue to be on the buy list, 1,300 crores. DIs bought about 864 crores, 2,172 crores is the net institutional activity. If FIs continue to buy, which they've been, I think this is the fourth time they're buying in this month, if they continue to buy, then we should see the 25,200 on the Nifty getting crossed. Elsewhere, European markets were dull, only DAX was okay, but that also came down to flat line by close. US markets uniformly bad, not so much NASDAQ was flat. Dow Jones was down by 0.52%. The tussle between Democrats and Republicans goes on. So the shutdown is going on. This is the second week, I think, and we don't know when it will end. Oil is steady at 65, 66. Gold crossed 4,000. Now it's about slightly less than 3,000. It's slightly less than 4,000. Silver, as I said, silver is in backwardation. Backwardation means people are shorting far month and buying spot. Spot is higher than futures, which means people are short, and the short squeeze will continue. In my opinion, there could be ups and downs, there could be volatility, but secular trend, in my opinion, for metals is up, and we need to be in that. TCS, as I said, results are not great, but they came up with this googly. They said that they are going to go with this, AI into heavily into AI, and they've incorporated a wholly owned subsidiary for AI and sovereign data centers, because that is the buzzword now. So people may catch on to that and jack up TCS, because TCS still yesterday, I think yesterday it made a 52-week low, and there has been no buying for so many weeks, and so therefore there could be a relief rally, or it could ignite the entire sector rally. Incidentally, IT stocks did well in US yesterday, so that may carry forward here. Brokerages are positive on TCS. So ICICI Pru Life came up with reasonably good results. Retail, this one is up. AP is up by about 25%. Afcon Infra got some order, 576 crores. These are the stocks which are likely to be in the limelight. On the positive side, Hindustan Zinc, as I said, spot silver has soared, and as it generates 20% of revenue from silver, Hindustan Zinc will be in focus. Then you have Ramco Systems. They got some global maintenance order. Railtel got a order. Railtel keeps on getting orders. Natco Pharma may be very interesting because they got to launch a Risdi Plum. This priced at some 16,000. It's a big drug, and I think Roche was the guys who were having the patent. Delhi High Court has ruled in favor of Natco Pharma, so Natco Pharma should be doing well. Tata Elxsi, nothing great. The revenue is up only 1% quarter on quarter, and profit are all and margins are all below estimates, so it may get some hammering. But because TCS may lead, we do not know what TCS will do, but still, if TCS leads, then Tata Elxsi also may be forgotten. Fortis Healthcare, interesting there. SEBI has they got a SEBI nod for the open offer for company and Fortis Malar. Fortis Malar is traded only on the BSE, as my friend Mr. Sambasivam says. He is very bullish on Fortis Malar, and I think he's proven right in the long term. Maybe in the short term there could be fluctuations, but long term, I think he's right, because when Fortis takes over Malar, then I think the revenue will increase. Today we get the Amphi data. I believe that the Amphi data will not be great as far as general equity is concerned. So there could be some shake in the market because of that. But I also believe that the ETFs, the gold and silver ETFs, will be getting more money than last month. This is what Mr. Nilesh Shah of Kotak had mentioned in an interview some days ago. So I'm picking it up from his interview and saying that gold and silver ETF inflows were higher last month, and they will be much higher this month. But direct equity may be lower than the previous month. So that may create some shock. So yesterday, the British Prime Minister was here. Lots of deals have been signed. And on Monday, we have the Vodafone hearing, and that may augur well for Vodafone Idea. We hold Vodafone Idea, and so we think that may do well. But that is what I call a hero or zero trade, because the company has not done, performance is very poor. But still, if they get a lifeline, then maybe it will go to maybe a couple of rupees higher, which is very good. It may be 10% higher kind of thing, because it's at below 10 right now, 9 rupees 5 paise. So we go cautiously here. We still buy on declines. We are not bearish, but we have to understand that it is volatile. It is not clearly bullish. So we have to be stock specific, sector specific. We are concentrating on metals, base metals per se, something on pharma also. And let us look at how IT does for us to get the direction for the next few weeks. So whatever you do today, I hope it is successful. Thank you.